But normally there'd be someone standing right here that would be getting the drinks and the desserts. And then our expo person stands right here. And she puts the finishing touches on there. She puts like our lettuce, or our salads and sandwiches, and like puddings, parfaits, things like that. And then she'll put it on the cart here. These carts sit for no longer than 10 minutes before they go up to the patients. And there's a cart going up right now. Now, we aim for this whole process to be completed within less than 45 minutes from the time that they call down to the time that it's delivered to their room. So let's see if we're running out. This was called in at 4:30. It's supposed to be delivered at 5:15, and this you cannot take a picture of.
Oh, okay.
It's a HIPAA violation. It's got patient information on it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay,
but,
so, all right.
So, and it is 5 o'clock now, so this will be actually a little ahead of schedule.
All right.
I'll take you to the diet office if you want and show you what time everything's Okay, this is the management office, and it's Friday, so the director's already gone for the day, so unfortunately we can't get him. But we have 3 diet clerks on staff. And they receive and they call the patients and
Get their order?
and they get their orders, or the patients call down here. And this is actually very inconsistent. And the nurses put them in, and of course, according to their diets, it filters out what they can and cannot have. So that's how we know how to feed everybody and what nutritional needs that all 200 people in the hospital need. So we feed on average about 200 people 3 times a day.
Army.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot, and there's a very strict set of rules and guidelines that we have to follow. That it goes a lot more in depth than say a restaurant would, you know, because we're dealing with sick people.
Right.
And you know, it's
A lot of special diets.
a lot of special diets, a lot of allergies, a lot of supplements and things that we have to mix in for them. And people don't play games when it comes to healthcare and food. You
Yeah.
know, so I mean, it's not like, you know, if we get a hair in a food, it's not like Applebee's where they send it back. You know, they could, you know, they'll call the CEO on us, and I've had it happen before.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, that's basically how the operation works. We're actually getting ready to change it completely.
You are?
We're gonna change it completely. We're gonna switch to this is called dining on call, and we actually don't work for the hospital. We work for a company called Touchpoint. They're like a consulting company. So the hospital pays us to run the cafeteria and to run patient services.
Oh, okay. That's different. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah. But we preach transparency,
Right.
which is why you'll never know that I don't work for Middle
Right.
Tennessee Medical
Exactly.
Center, or I'm not an associate of St. Thomas Health.
Right.
But none of them are.
Yeah.
We'll go dry storage. Dry storage. Something that you'll find here that you won't find at another restaurant is all these tube feedings and supplements.
Oh, yeah, right, Special diet stuff.
Right. You won't find that anywhere else but a hospital.
You got your dates. You got your dates on there.
We do. Everything is dated and labeled. Everything. And if it's not, this actually is a no-no in healthcare.
Writing it on there?
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. But technically, if there's a date on here, we don't have to do anything until it's over.
Oh, okay. That's when you have to put a sticker.
Yeah, these all do because these come in a box, and the box has a date, so we can stick it out of the box. Another thing that's kind of interesting is, in an ideal world, none of these boxes are to have flaps on them. It's a safety hazard.
Oh, so you gotta cut the flaps.
All the flaps have to be cut off. That blue line up there, nothing can be stored above it. 18 inches from the ceiling, and that's a state thing. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Alright. This is your rinse.
This is actually broken. Usually we have fountains, but we're sending up cans, so that's actually broken.
Oh, okay.
In addition to running patient services in retail, and I'll talk about retail in a minute, we also do on-site caterings for doctors and the CFOs and CEOs and things like that. And that's all this stuff.
Your catering stuff back here?
We have one guy who does it, a guy and a chef, and they put together, we'll drop $50,000-$60,000 on a 2-hour dinner for these guys. You know,
Yeah.
we'll bring in $10,000 worth of prime rib just to serve out to all these people.
They have a special room here, banquet rooms that they do it in.
Yeah, it's actually upstairs, and I can't get in there. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't want to know. I just want to.
They do. It's all the CEO big shot
Let me
room.
get a picture of your door. So this is your
This
walk-in?
this is
Okay.
we're actually going in the side way. There's
Okay.
this walk-in, which is our produce and dairy, and mostly unopened foods. This is usually a lot of stuff that we have marinating and things for the line sits in that cooler.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we've got all of our cheeses, all of our cans, all of that stuff.
You have raw?
This is all the raw meat. If you know the proper storage order,
Yeah.
all raw meat's always got to be on the bottom. It's always got to have a sheet pan underneath it, otherwise you drip everywhere. And our freezer is pretty much a mess. Well, it's actually not as bad as it should be. Okay, this is pretty bad for us. But we're all organized, and that's Italian. Back in the corner is fish. Back there is breaded chicken and grilled chicken. Frozen pizzas are here. Bakery is over there. Desserts are over here. And this is miscellaneous, whatever. It does. It does. This is all prep for the line. This is all we have a prep cook that comes in and cooks all the broccoli and all the vegetables, all the meats and stuff. So that way we can just par cook it on the line and send it on up. That's for caterers. Oh, that's not for yeah. It sure is. We're really blessed. This kitchen is huge, very, very state of the art. Our blast chiller is actually broken.
What is that?
A blast chiller,
Oh, okay.
and our logbook's not in here, but we require everything to be chilled down to temperature before we don't just stick it straight in. And this, flip to the side. In an ideal world, these spin and blow winds at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. And what we do is we'll have a book up there, and they'll take the roast beef out of the oven, and they'll write in the book, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, roast beef, temp at 173. And after 2 hours, someone will have to temp it again. And ideally, it's below 70. And after 4 hours, it should be below 40 to ensure that it doesn't stay in danger.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but it's broken. It's broken now. So right now, we don't have a choice. It's broken. We can't. It's 48. That's danger zone temperature. We can't have anything for that. This is a prep area. In the morning, you'll see one person at each one of these tables. You'll have the grill person prepping and the salad station person prepping, pizza person, or not the pizza person, the theme cooking person prepping, and what's the other one? Salad, the entree person prepping.
Getting everything ready for the day?
Yeah, and they'll all be right here. They'll be cutting stuff up, blah, blah, blah. If you come at like 10 o'clock, you'll hardly be able to move. People are right there. This is a pizza prepping station. We just moved this in here, so we haven't set it up yet. This actually just came yesterday. But they'll put sauces and all that stuff in there, and they'll just set the pizzas out here, and they'll prep it all right here.
Oh, wow, cool. I've seen that one before. Yeah, this is kind of stuff too. It's weighing like, take away like the car.
They're pretty close. They're pretty heavy.
Okay, I'm out of photo. Can I use yours?
Yeah.
You're still